Welcome to episode 7 of Bakemonogatari. Last time we started the third arc, Suruga Monkey, the introduction of Kanburu Suruga. The interesting little development at the end with this person who seemed to be her attacking Araragi, her feelings for Senjogahara, how Araragi and Senjogahara's relationship is going to develop. Can't wait to see how all of this goes on throughout this arc. So let's get into it. We're going to watch it and discuss. Have the subtitles and the timer on the screen if you want to follow along, or you can pull up the episode on your own. But either way, let's watch episode 7 in 3, 2, 1, play. Yellow. So yeah, he is knocked out. That alone is death. It's really easy to deserve death, apparently. Well, you didn't have to. You're a very strict girlfriend, it seems. Very, very strict. But now, oh no, it wasn't quite a car. The bike is fucked. So that's enough punishment, and now I will comfort you. Holy shit. It was pretty intense. That I don't think she'd buy that. How uncoordinated can you be? You slammed into the upper part of the telephone pole? A likely story. He's a vampire, or was. He'll be okay. Train, though. Wow. You kind soul, Senjogahara. Anyway, well then. So now we know a little bit more about Suruga. So this intro, this opening really hinted at a lot of things, but it's made much more clear now that we know about her. But while it's playing, let me say that if you enjoy these videos, subscribe to the channel. We've got a new episode of Bakemonogatari every Saturday, and other videos every day of the week. Also, the description below, Twitter, Discord. That stuff is cool. Come hang out. Patreon. Support the channel. Get the videos early. Now you got these guys. Are there going to be a lot of them? Is she going to have clones? I don't know. But get the videos early. A week early, even earlier than that. Polls, vlogs. Great stuff. Thank you. I like the visuals of this opening quite a bit. It's not one of my favorites in terms of song, but it looks nice. And I talked about it last week in the discussion anyway. Said a lot of what I have to say about it. That's interesting though. The very end, Senjogahara slicing her with the scissors. Ghost story. Monkey's paw. I saw monkey's paw in there. Alright. So the monkey's paw, a wish gone wrong. Nice. No, it's perfectly clean. Holy shit. Mm-hmm. This place is, a nice sea of books. Can I clean this room for you, please? Alright, let's do it. That's not cleaning. Book angels. That's playing. I love the way all the books look, how they're all red. Alright, well, hey, look, that's much better. Maybe get some shelves. What is in all these books? Yeah, and she acknowledges it, that it was her? So she was conscious of it. It wasn't like she was taken over. She knows she did it, he knows she did it, and there we go. And she's being honest. I don't know if you could really see the shape of your hips and your silhouette in that coat, though. That's the thing. That's a good question. It's a good thing he's okay now, but still, it's a little rude. Yeah, what's going on with the monkey's paw situation? Makes sense that her hand is bandaged then. I think he probably can. He's seen a couple things you could consider extraordinary. Like vampires, crabs, ghosts. That's that face. And he's seen a lot. And the cat thing that we don't really know about yet. Not much, anyway. The Valhalla duo. Valhalla Combi. It was. It was a pretty cool name. It's a little less cool if you named it, if you name yourself. It's really only cool if somebody else gives you the name. Sorry. Still clever. So good for you. I got another room, more books. Let's go clean it. The hand? Oh, yeah, we got some fur. So, literally a monkey's paw. Are monkeys' hands called paws? Are they not called hands? They have thumbs. Shit. There you go. That's a lot of fur that you were able to squeeze into that bandage. Mm-hmm. It's a classic, been done a ton of times. Monkey's paw, evil genie type stories where they grant your wish, but in a way that you didn't expect and in a way that you don't like. Whoa. It's a hell of a monkey's paw, and yeah, apparently it's very sensitive. It's like the classic film Wish Upon. Perfect 10 out of 10 movie. If you watch it as a comedy, or that one Goosebumps episode. Tons of stories about this kind of thing. Wishmaster. Okay, so it was like you can recall it, but you weren't fully in control. Like you were there in the back of your mind. I love the visuals here. Yeah, maybe we can go see him. Yeah, you're lucky about that, that this guy is somebody who has a lot of knowledge about this kind of thing, or at least a lot of experience with it. Yeah, we start off with that, so it's all normal from here on out, right? We'll see. Yeah, that's good. Get past that hurdle. Okay, there you go. There that is. What a face. It's fine. Okay, that's what. I mean, you can be into Yuri without being a girl or without being lesbian. Well, I mean, she wasn't that to her. She wanted to be that, presumably. So yeah, that's what it seemed in the last episode. It seemed likely to be headed in that direction, and there's your confirmation. I like the music a lot. Yeah, she definitely did in a very strange way. But then she apparently found out what the situation was. I don't know how she found out, but of course she told her not to get involved. But what could you do? Mm-hmm. Yeah, she didn't want that. Wow. Holy shit. She really turned her away hard. Yeah, I mean, after somebody says that, then you're gonna want to stay away from them. Yeah, her feelings didn't just disappear. But she stayed away because she knew that's what she wanted. Billing and cooing? And she got very curious about this guy. Some jealousy, of course. Whoa. Yeah. Yeah, I can tell. I love the staplers going around her, too. That's great. Sorry. Wow. That's pretty sad. I'm glad we're getting all this information from her, that she's telling him all this, that she's being so upfront about it all. So, that was the wish, to be by her side. And it did this. Definitely a twisted version of that wish. Lucky he is who he is, though. He would have been dead. He's a meme. Okay, so it's a nighttime problem. She's a were-monkey. A lot of things, really, I'd say. Well, she was barely ever at school, right? No, it's not really quite what it is. What are you talking about? I mean, sure, you're cute. Okay, you're cupping the tits again. So yeah, you're in good shape. I get that. All right, good for you. You're very confident. I can see that, and he can see that, and he doesn't seem to disagree. Wow. Oh, yeah, it did. Yeah, yeah, it is. He knows that part. Is that what all those books were? Was it like BL manga? Or. Okay. No, no, that's not how. We're like talking about. we're just on different wavelengths about this. Under certain circumstances, a girl just coming out and being that straightforward and with you, like, hey man, look, I got it going, fucking, I got it going on. Totally, every part of me is awesome. Just anytime. It's like, what? But he's got someone already. Now you're talking about underwear. No. And now he's got him thinking. Oh man. Is that right? I mean, it's whatever you want. It's fine. Let her wear what she wants. It's been an interesting episode for getting to know her. Dude, you're gonna have to drop it. You're thinking too much into it. It's fine. You can be both. That's not even wordplay. You can be more than one thing. Some people can know you as one of those things, and some the other. Yeah, it doesn't work that way. Just be you. All right, let's go talk to Oshino. Shinobu's hanging out in the corner, doing her thing, sitting. Okay, bye. She's pretty cute. Yeah. Okay, you want to be the one embraced? Well then. Man, I was doing this pose for so long, waiting for you to come up. He has always a new girl with you. I don't know. How rude. Okay, of course. The donut thing, though. Can we go back to that? Serious business. That's right. Is she gonna know who he means? That's right, the payment. Is he gonna know right away? He's familiar with it? Say no more. Really? Is that worse? Okay, just don't touch it. Ticklish. That'll do it. What is it then? Okay. So we're dealing with something different. It's really irrelevant. Just how do we fix it is the main thing. All right. How do we fix a rainy devil? All right, this guy knows his stuff. The devil's hand. Anything at all. With a price. Okay, 3 wishes. So if we only used the one, how do we get rid of it? All right, well then. Get a lot more detail about Suruga, which is really cool. I love that she was so straightforward about so much, and a lot of fun dialogue. Good visuals, good music, information about her issue. All right, episode 7. We get to learn a lot more about Suruga in this episode, which was great. I loved how we got so much focus on her and so much of her being so straightforward about everything. And we don't have to deal with like some kind of non-existent mystery where we have to wonder who was the mysterious person who attacked Araragi. We know, he knows, she just straight up says it, which is great. But yeah, the beginning of the episode, starting where we left off with him being absolutely destroyed by that attack, and very lucky that he has healing abilities. Senjo Gahara's scene there, giving him the money, being like, this is a horrible, horrible crime that you've committed, forgetting this. But, it seems you've been punished enough already. Her grand reward, her grand thing to help him here is standing above him so he can look at her panties, and that's pretty fantastic, although he does not tell her the truth in this situation, which is understandable because, everything that's going on, not only just this attack by this crazy monkey monster, but the fact that he believes Kanbaru to be involved and their past relationship. But of course, they had an agreement to be open and honest with each other. He's already snooping more into her past and getting more involved than he wants her to, and getting into all this shit, and that's probably one of the reasons why he wouldn't tell her everything going on right now, because he doesn't want to reveal that he's been doing the stuff that she wouldn't want him doing. So he's already kind of going against not only what she wants, but what they agreed upon very early on in the relationship. Like, even I could understand a half-truth, like, oh no, I was actually attacked by something. I mean, she's had experience with oddities herself. She wouldn't find it all that strange, and maybe he would leave out the theory, because at that point, that's what it would be, about it being Kanbaru, but, you know, he totally lies about the entire thing. He is fine with himself getting beaten up over it, I guess. He just wants to go out and help other people. He wants to figure out what's going on with her, try to mend the relationship between Kanbaru and Senjugahara, even if it means, you know, going against what she wants or lying to her about his own well-being. So I guess he's gonna have to learn some things about how the relationship should work. But yeah, with Kanbaru, I love how she was so straightforward about it, just telling him, yeah, that was me. Sorry. Oops. I'm a lesbian, just very straight up about all of this, which is great. They're not beating around the bush about any of it. It definitely seemed like that's where it was leading in the last episode. There's a lot of things in anime where I guess it's kind of like circling around gayness, and maybe it's just like, oh no, she just really, really, really likes the other girl as a super, super, super close friend. But it seemed like it was probably a legit romantic attraction, and it's confirmed here that it is. I loved all the books, just everything super full of books, all the same looking red book, and the random little montage of them like throwing them and playing, cleaning them up. That was really fun. But yeah, just being straightforward about all this and how she had these strong feelings for Senjugahara, and of course she wanted to help her when she discovered this problem, but it was for more selfish reasons, which is not a horrible thing. Like, she, you know, whether you might have any kind of ulterior motives, like, she wanted to help Senjugahara because she did care about her, if also in her mind she also had the thought that, hey, maybe that would also make me get closer to her, maybe that would make her feel the same way about me that I feel for her. Well, you know, you can't really help having those kind of thoughts or feelings. She wanted to help, her intentions were good, but she was turned away. Araragi eventually came along and did it, not for himself in the slightest, just because he would do that for anyone, because he just likes to help people in need. Kanbaru, of course, jealous over what Araragi has that she was never able to have, and I just really like a lot of the insight we get into her character. It's a really good episode for her. And she's dealing with a monkey's paw, which actually isn't one, but is a rainy devil, a devil's hand. Interesting to make that kind of distinction. Monkey's paw is a very classic story. Seen it in many different things, in many different forms, just wishes gone wrong, like, oh, I wish to be rich, and you get rich because, like, your parents die in an accident and leave you their money, so, or something like that, or you wish for your loved one to come back to life, but they're a horrible brain-eating zombie. Just, your wishes come true, but in a way that you don't actually want them, and then you lose your soul too in the end. That kind of thing. But apparently there's actually more to it than that. It's this devil's hand that Oshino goes into, which is interesting to try to make that distinction, because, like, I mean, as of right now, it's we really want to know the solution, like, how can we fix this? I don't really care what you want to call it, but we've had that kind of thing in basically every arc, a little bit in the first one, how he went into detail about the crab and how it was this heavy stone god and whatnot, and in the second arc it was the snail, but he actually said, oh, it's this cow, and now in this one it's the monkey's paw, oh, it's actually the devil's hand. Like, it's always more specific than it initially seems. I don't know if there's a specific purpose behind that. Maybe it's just about how there's always more than there seems. Not just in people, but even in a supernatural oddity, there's always more that you don't know about. There's always more specifics. Or maybe it's just well thought out lore. Maybe it's just more intricate supernatural oddities. I don't know how many were, like, the Monogatari series is very long. So at the very least, in Bakemonogatari, I understand the structure as it has been so far. We're gonna meet a girl, she's gonna have a supernatural problem, we're gonna fix it. I don't know how it's gonna be in all the other Monogatari series. I don't know how many other supernatural problems we're gonna be dealing with. I don't know how many different supernatural things there are in this series. So, you know, maybe the distinctions are very important going forward so that we understand exactly how the supernatural aspects work throughout all those other series. I don't know, but for now, we gotta fix it. Because she's only made the one wish so far. but we gotta get rid of this thing. I'm curious to see how that goes, how we go about doing that, but of course, her first wish was to be closer to Senjogahara because of the feelings of jealousy, so this thing has taken over and caused her to attack Araragi like that. But I'm liking Kanbaru a lot. I'm glad we're getting so much focus on her. Like I said, I like how straightforward she is. She's very straightforward sexually as well, grabbing the arm and being ticklish and making that sound about it. Everything that she's telling him about her feelings for Senjogahara and all the banter between them is very entertaining. When this whole time where she's talking about the bike shorts and whether or not she has panties under it, and he's like obsessed and just laser focused on this topic, and it's just stressing him out so much and blowing his mind, and he doesn't know how to act. She's just saying all this stuff and coming onto him so forward sexually, where he can just look and stare and be flabbergasted about it all, and it's just very entertaining. And she's talking about taking Senjogahara's place and complimenting her own body, being very, again, she's straightforward and confident in what she wants and what she cares about, and it's very entertaining to hear her talk to Araragi. But I really like that whole conversation about replacing Senjogahara. I don't know if there was any literal intention behind that, like she actually wanted to in any way. I was thinking for the most part during that conversation that maybe she was testing him, like to see if he would cheat on Senjogahara or something like that, and it might not have been that specific. I think it's mostly more just general, getting to know him, as most of the conversations in this series have been, like characters kind of scoping each other out and just learning about each other through their dialogue. I think it was her really trying to find out more of the kind of person that he is. Maybe that could have been a small part of it, but I don't think that was all it is. And maybe there could have been I wasn't taking it very literally while it was happening that she actually wanted to replace Senjogahara, but there could have been a little bit of that in there. Maybe she was thinking Senjogahara is so good that nobody deserves her, so if what it takes for you to leave her is to be with me instead, then I'm willing to do that even though I'm a lesbian. Something like that, or maybe if I can't have her, I don't want anybody else to have her. But I don't know, I think mostly she was just trying to get to know him, and it was very fun. Dialogue in the show always has 3 different layers. There's always the meaning, at least one deeper meaning, and then just the surface level, which is always really fun. Regardless, it's always really entertaining, even if you don't look into it at all. But then when you do, it just gets better and better. I said that a lot during Mayoi's arc. There was the eyesight thing, for instance. This isn't even a piece of heavy dialogue. It was just one small little thing in the first episode where Senjogahara couldn't read Mayoi's backpack, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. Does she not have very good eyesight or something? And then in the second episode, you find out that Araragi has really good eyesight as a result of his vampirism. So you're like, oh, okay, cool. That explains that. And then in the third episode, you find out that Senjogahara couldn't even see Mayoi, so that's the real reason that she couldn't read her backpack. So you're like, holy shit! There was already an explanation. It was just a weird, entertaining little piece of dialogue. Then there was the explanation, and okay, that's cool. And then there was something even deeper, and it's that kind of thing, all the time. Love the visuals, of course. A lot of the stuff focusing on her hand and the monkey's paw, or her body with the staplers, which is, of course, Senjogahara's thing. That was really good imagery. Araragi's facial expressions, especially when he found out that she was gay. Fantastic. All the red books. The music was really good, too. And I can't wait for Senjogahara and Kanbaru to actually interact with each other and see how their relationship develops going forward. Because, of course, Senjogahara told her, stay away, I don't view you as a friend, as an underclassman, as anything, and this was obviously horrible to hear, and they haven't been close ever since. So I'm wondering what it's going to be like when they eventually kind of start mending things, which hopefully they will. I wonder if Senjogahara would have been happy if Kanbaru had continued trying to help her anyway, just because that would have been a more selfless thing. That's the thing, though. Would she have viewed that as selfish? You are going against my wishes, trying to help me just because you want to get closer to me? Or would she have seen that as, even though I have told you to stay away, and you know that you continuing to try to help me is making me think less of you, you're doing it anyway because you genuinely want to help me? Probably more along those lines, because like that's basically what happened with Araragi. She told him to stay away, but he helped her anyway just because he wanted to help her, because he wants to help everybody. So maybe Senjougahara actually would have appreciated it if Kanbaru had kept trying. Maybe she wishes that she had kept trying. I don't know how like angry she is for Senjougahara's rejection of her. I really want to see those two start interacting in the present. I really can't wait to see more. I really felt for Kanbaru and her situation. I'm really liking her character, just this unrequited love, and how she felt when she saw Senjougahara with Araragi, how she felt that he was able to do this thing that she couldn't do, how he was getting these feelings from Senjougahara that she always wanted and she just never could. It really it was pretty hard-hitting. I really like how she raised her voice when she was yelling all this at Araragi. Just the voice performance was really good, and just the added layer of her being a lesbian, I think does add more to it, because she throws that in there too. Like, is it all just because I'm a girl? Just that extra little layer of difficulty in trying to get this person that you love to return those feelings. I really like her so far, so I can't wait to see more. Also, if somebody ate one more donut than me, I'd be pretty fucking pissed too. Thank you for watching. Subscribe. Check out the description down below. Thank you guys so much. Really appreciate it. And I will see you in the next one.